Welcome to the third part of the Final Cut Pro X or Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial, part 3. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it again. And I noticed that, well, we're going to talk about keyframes, and I'm going to keyframe how to make the opacity turn, make it go up and down and everything. But I noticed something in the beginning here that my intro, it's not the way I really want it. So I do have the opportunity to show you the fine tuning of this right here. So we're going to click right in the middle of this. Double click. Okay, so it brings up the dialog that you saw in the previous video. But this time I want to kind of make this where it's a little bit closer. So I'm going to actually drag this right here. And this is another great feature of the new Final Cut, is that it drags the audio that's in the beginning that's attached to the intro, and it drags it in, which is fantastic. So let's see if we got it on time now. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see if we got it on time now. No, it's right there. So I stopped it where I want it to be, so I'm going to drag it here, and the playhead follows along with it, so I know exactly where to put it, like right there. That should be good. Let's try it now.
Hello and welcome to a great episode of...
You know what? I think that might be it. We'll push it just a little bit more. I think that might be it right there. That should be good. So we're going to close this up right there, and yeah. Now, before I show you the keyframes on that part, I'm going to do the audio right here. Now, I previously already fixed the audio where it didn't go over on the side over here. Sorry, I kind of cheated on that. But all I did was just, I set a mark here, and then I pulled the audio from over there because for some reason I couldn't grab it, which was kind of crazy, but I couldn't grab it over here. So I just pulled it over, shrunk it to the mark, and then boom. So now I wanna make this music ease in a little bit and not come in so hard, so abruptly. So when you hover over here on the side, you'll see this little tiny little dash. It only appears when you hover on the corner, and if you grab that, you can actually pull an easing point here. So I'm only gonna pull it up to the point of the transition here. So let's see how that is. Okay, I'm liking that right there. That's it. That's all I have to do. I don't have to do anything else with that. That's good right there. So now we're going to turn the music down a little bit here because as I'm talking, the music's too loud. So there's no little points that we can set here, and we're going to have to set a keyframe. So back to the information board. I call it the information board. But back to the information board, here we have volume and pan. So if it's closed like this, you just hit show. Now, you can set a keyframe. I have it where I want it, the first keyframe here. I'm going to set it here and hit this little plus sign. It only appears when you hover over it. So hit this little plus sign and it adds a keyframe. So boom, I got that there. Now, I want to move this over here to this part because this is where I want the audio to be at the point I want to set it at that point. I believe I can just pull this down and it'll do it automatically. No, it didn't. Oddly, it didn't set that key. So I'm going to undo that, in fact, and I'm going to set the keyframe. And now I'm going to pull it down. If you notice down here, over here, you'll see the volume turning down. I'm going to try 9, 8, because it's different numbers now. So let's try to see if that works.
Hello and welcome to a great episode of SK9's Walk the Talk.
That sounds good. Now I want to go back to that keyframe right there. So the best way to do it is to click this little arrow right here. It turns blue when you hover over it, and when you click it, it goes to that previous keyframe. So I'm gonna turn the volume up just maybe 2. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Let me see how that sounds.
Hello and welcome to a great episode of SK9's Walk the Talk.
You know what? I'm liking that right there. That's actually, I think that'll do. That'll do. So now we just got to set one more point here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shrink this audio down because I don't need it at this point. Once the title is gone, that's where I usually fade the music out. So where is it? Let me see. The title fades out here. Then this is where I want the music to fade out. Now, again, this is at the very end of the music. So all I have to do is just take this little point and drag it in right there. So that should work. Let's find out.
It's Walk the Talk. Welcome to another episode of Walk the Talk. I'm your host, SK.
Okay, that's cool. It's a little quick for me.
Oh, too bad. It's Walk the Talk. Welcome to another episode of Walk the Talk.
It's good enough. It'll do. So now, on to the next one. We're going to go here, and I want this logo to not just pop in. As you can see, it pops in. I don't want that to happen. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select it, of course, and then now I'm going to set the playhead right there at the beginning of it. I'm going to go over here to compositing, and I'm going to set a keyframe. Boom. Keyframe set. I'm going to take the opacity all the way down. Now, I usually like to work in reverse with this, but I'm going to do it the other way. So, I'm going to bring it in around here. I think that should be good. I'm going to set another keyframe, and I'm going to pull it up back to 50%. And like I said, being that I already had an opacity to it, is I would like to work reverse in that, so I wouldn't have to remember this number. It might be, you know, like 48.6 or something, and I don't have to remember it if I work in reverse. So let's see if that works. It looks like it worked.
I'm your host, SK.
It actually worked. Great. That's fantastic. I mean, this is moving along quite well. Quite well. So, what can we do next? Maybe we'll just go on ahead and fade the end of it out right here. And I'm going to set a keyframe here. Boom. And then now I'm going to go to the very end and set a keyframe. No, not the very end. A little bit further in. Now I'm going to have to get a little closer because that snapping is snapping at that point. So let's see. We still have to trim the end of this. So let's see. Here, add another one. Take the opacity down. Let's see if I did that right. I think I might have. Okay, great. It worked. You barely could see it because of my white shirt, but that seemed to have worked great. Now I'm probably gonna have to extend that. I don't know what's gonna happen when I did, because I do want to add another piece to this video. So let's see. I'm gonna go back here. Oops. Shift Z. Shift Z helps a lot. Okay. So I think we have everything set for right now. We have to still put the music on at the end of this. Let's see if we could just do that real quick. Can we copy? Yes, we can copy the music very easily, in fact. And these keyframes, I really don't need them, so I can click on them and hit delete. Fantastic. Everything's just working out perfectly. So let's get this right here. Let's get a little closer. And right here. We don't want that. That's where I want it to really end. So we're going to pull this in right here. And the music I usually do some extra stuff with the music. So we'll do that a little bit. We'll do that in a little bit. Not right now. So, now, what do we have next? We have to add another video clip because I have a video clip that I talked about in the show. So we're going to add that in between this. So I guess I will wait until the next part 4, to add that part. Okay, so see you then.